Welcome back to Brigadoon Radio. I'm Brendan, and today we're joined by Wendy Jones, who's an author and a mother of four, and just a really inspirational person. You are the author of the optimistsjournal.com.
That's correct.
And you've got a book which you've just come out with.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your journey and your mission and your book.
Well, about 3 years ago, I started my own blog. It's called theoptimistjournal.com. And I'm a storyteller, is what I have figured out. I love connecting with people. And one-on-one, I've always been really good at that. And I just wanted to take from the stories of my life. My oldest is 18, so I've been at this parenting thing for a while. My youngest is on the autism spectrum. I am sadly, but also healthily divorced in the last 3 years. And I am just breaking out on a new path to try to encourage people to just have self-reflection and tell their stories. And I think there's just so much that we can all learn from each other's stories if we have enough courage to tell them.
You know, we joke about it a little bit, but Brigadoon really, we do try to get out into
nature,
nature, and someplace that is a place for self-reflection and renewal, and help to generate those new paths in so many different ways. And that from adversity, as you were saying earlier, you can find a way to just rechart your own path and take responsibility in your life.
Right.
You've got your children, but like you said, divorce doesn't have to be necessarily the end. It's just a new start.
It's a new reality. It was very much something I did not want, but at the same time, going forward, I look at the path I'm on now, and I'm a healthier. I know myself better. I feel like I'm setting a much better example for my kids. They're become very independent, and they're very supportive of me. They're a team. They're 18 to 11, and they, going through hard things, it teaches us a lot about our own inner strength. And if we don't ever go through hard things, how do we know it? And I think I spent a lot of my early childhood was super ideal. I have wonderful parents, and I'm very thankful for that. But, I think a lot of my life I was waiting for the shoe to drop and wondering if it did, what would happen. And I've definitely been through some challenges now. And
so let's talk about mindset. So,
Yeah.
Optimism is it's a whole way of living, really, because some people, we all have that friend who is always the victim, always bringing themselves down, doesn't have enough confidence to believe in what they're doing. But when you sort of keep pushing yourself, it almost becomes contagious, right?
Absolutely.
And it rubs off on people.
Yeah. And I started a couple years ago. I've always been a news junkie.
Yep.
So I've, had the news on my whole life. And if you notice, politics and the news have gotten very divisive and
very heavy.
Not optimistic. And so I started listening to podcasts. And I came across Michael Gervais' Finding Mastery. And he interviews just some of the most interesting people from all walks of life and on their path to mastery. And everybody on that path, in almost every podcast, talks about optimism. And also, it's growth mindset, right? And I started learning about growth mindset and realizing that that's where, hardship becomes opportunity if you have growth mindset. And otherwise, in that scarcity mindset, everything is scary and you're hoarding and you're holding on to, and it's just no way to live.
I know you're also an athlete, you're a swimmer, you're a volleyball player. Is that mindset also the kind of thing where if I can will it, I can do it, I can win, I can push myself a little bit farther, a little bit faster, a little bit?
Absolutely. I think sports, and then that is why I'm drawn to interviewing athletes, is for me, I've never reached the highest levels of any sport, but I think I've learned so much just in any one given game and any one race to the wall that you always have a little bit more than you think left in you. Swimming teaches you that in a huge way when you're oxygen deprived and you're like, just don't pick your head up and go one more stroke, that type of thing. There's nothing better than hitting a volleyball or blocking a volleyball, get that aggression out if you're feeling it. So, it all plays into just that healthy lifestyle that I love. So.
Well, I think it's definitely a lesson that we could all benefit from. Tell us the website one more time.
Okay, it's www.theoptimistjournal.com, and you'll find my blog there and a bunch of good interviews with athletes, and of course,
we got the book.
my new book, 365 Days of Optimism. You can find it there.
We'll be back on Brigadoon Radio.